Hey guys, I'm going to show you the second step in your string art project. You are going to need your square that you've already marked off and cut. You're going to need some string. You're going to need a pair of scissors and some masking tape. So I'm just going to clear some space for myself. If you use string that is from a long roll, then it's always a good idea to wrap it up for yourself so that you're not working with this crazy jumbled mess like I have right here. So take one end and just wrap it up for yourself. Start around your fingers and just wrap it. Wrap it into a smaller coil so that you can use it as you go around and it's not like in your way. It's sort of orderly. It doesn't get in the way of your flow as you go around the sides. Because I'm going to show you the first step, and you really need to be able to move that string around all four sides without, sort of like stopping to undo a knot or whatever. I mean, it may happen, but it's nicer if it doesn't. So this way you're kind of setting yourself up for success and to do it the easiest way possible. So now that I have my nice little wrapped thing, I'm going to take the first end and I'm going to tuck it into one of my notches. I'm going to leave a little tail about 1 inch and I'm going to go across to there. Now, I started at this point, I went across to here, I'm going to come around the back next door. If I go one up here, that means I'm going to go one down here. Whatever you're doing, you kind of go opposite. So I go up one, down one. Up one, down one. And I'm going to keep doing that all the way around so that I go all the way until I started. You don't want to pull your cord too tight because you don't want your board to start curling. You want to just wrap it taut enough to be straight, but not so tight that you end up with a curly board. And you can kind of flex it a little bit in between to kind of test yourself and see what it's like and straighten things out. Gotta kind of watch and keep track of what notch you're in. And you can see as I start to complete my way around, I start to get these triangles, where 2 points have come. So I know that side is like done, and I'll see that pattern emerge as I go around the rest of it. Okay. I lost track for a second. It's hard for me to talk and do this at the same time. Okay. I'm just gonna pull the rest of that out so that it is nice and convenient for myself. And I originally cut this string to be about 5 total arm lengths wide. Now I still have some sides that I need to finish. So I'm gonna tape that right here. You need about a piece like that. And I'm gonna get another piece of string. So since I used 5 lengths to do that, I'm gonna just cut 1 just to finish it up. I'm using the same string and I'm gonna try and just start where I left off. So if I look around and I see, oh, you know, that's where I have these parts that aren't done, I'm gonna start here. Let's see, it ended there. So I'm gonna go from around the same spot, right? If I'm here, that means I think that I would come up here and keep going. So I'm gonna go there because I see that that's my next spot over there. And now, if you don't do the exact spot, I bet you that nobody will notice except for you. And that's actually the only ones that I needed to do. So you see how I have a triangle at each end? I know that I went completely around one time. So now, I didn't even use that whole length. That's cool. I'm just gonna clip that there, put my extra aside, take a piece of tape, and keep that one right there. So that's gonna be my first layer. Now you could do additional patterns. I would say maximum you could do 3 layers of string without the ends getting too crazy and without kind of covering up the nice pattern that you have now. Like one of the reasons this looks so clean and interesting is because we can really see the contrast between the board and the string. So if we started to have too many strings, we might not be able to appreciate that shape anymore. So it's okay to keep it simple. If you want to do 1 or 2 layers, that's totally cool. Say I wanted to come in and I wanted to do, you know, some turquoise, because that will really stand out against my red. Then if your string is already on one of these little paper bobbins, then you can just keep it on there. I would start at the back again. And this time, I would want to do maybe a pattern that is a little different. So say I'm going to come from this random spot. I'm going to come across in a different way than I did before. Maybe I'm going to come this way. And when I go back, I'm going to skip the next notch and go to a second notch. So then when I go, if I'm going up 1, then I have to go down 1. So then I'll skip 1 that way. And if I skip 1 here, that means I'm going here. And if I went in there, then I'll skip and I'll go to here. And so I'll rotate it. If I skip that notch, I go to here. And where's my last one? If I'm skipping this one, I go to there. And I'll keep going around like that. Boop, boop, boop. It's definitely easier not to talk while you do this. Maybe you'll be better than me. So I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna skip 1. And go to there. I'm gonna skip 1. Go to here, and you see I'm starting to get almost these square corners. I'm gonna skip 1, go to there. And then I'm gonna skip this notch and go to here. You wouldn't think it would be this awkward, okay. And then I'm gonna skip one on this side, and I'm gonna go to there, skip one on that side, and go to here. So however many I decide to skip, I always keep it regular all the way around. So whatever I do to one end of my string, and how many ever notches, you know, that I decide to skip, I'm gonna do the same thing as I work all the way around. That's how I'm able to get like a regular pattern that seems like, you know, it has kind of this rhythm to it, you know, and all the spots really match. And I'll continue around until I've kind of made those corners again, just like how last time it was kind of like these little triangles. This time I have these sort of more square corners. So I'm gonna continue around. Let's see, until I hit where I started. And then I'm gonna stop, okay? I'll take one more piece of masking tape, put it on the back, trim it, and I'm done. Thanks.